Hello, welcome to this lecture. The birth of GCP, the birth of our Bible. So this is a picture of Lion King. So it's very cute. The little cub is held to all the animals in the Sahara or the desert, and the proud mother and father lions are looking by. So you can imagine the proud father and mother are the Nuremberg Code and the Declaration of Helsinki. And they are so proud of their little lion cub, which is ICH-GCP. So it incorporated all the values and lessons learned from the Nuremberg Code and the Declaration of Helsinki, and it's doing much more. It's accepted all around the world and accepted by the medical community. So go on to the birth of GCP. So it's very important to realize, why did we set up ICH-GCP? So it is to improve the ethical understanding of clinical trials. It is for mutual acceptance of data, because right now clinical trials are done in many different countries around the world, and then the data from one country should be acceptable by another country. So how do we do it? There should be a central document which everybody follows, so that the data is acceptable for all the countries. And of course, there's increased competition. If there's increased competition, there should be a central document governing all the trial operations. And then the new market structure, because a drug, when it's registered, or after the trial, when registration, when the approval for marketing is given in one country, then you file for marketing in another country. So it is truly a new market structure. The drug is marketed in many different countries. So there should be a central document like ICH-GCP. And the other thing is, ICH-GCP is important to prevent fraud and accidents in clinical trials. So why is this so? Because you have to abide by the rules set forth in the ICH-GCP. If a doctor signs up for the trial, he is bound to follow ICH-GCP. So it is used to prevent fraud and accidents in clinical trials. And then public concern about clinical trials. So this ICH-GCP is publicly available, so the public can actually study it, and they can understand clinical trials, why it's done, who is responsible, how responsibility is maintained, and how we abide by ethical principles. So that's why ICH-GCP was set up. And then birth of GCP, it was set up by three key regional areas, which is European Union, United States, and Japan, which are the giants in pharmaceutical manufacturing. That's not all. The other countries were considered too, like Australia, Canada, the Nordic countries, and the World Health Organization. So basically all the countries in the world were consulted with in setting up ICH-GCP. So it's applicable to all the countries, developed and developing countries. So what is ICH-GCP? It is an international scientific quality standard to govern the operations of all the steps of the clinical trial, starting from protocol design, protocol development, and selection of study personnel, recruitment of subjects, and assessment of subjects, treatment of subjects. Then you collect the data, you enter the data, then data analysis, and even after analysis, data reporting. And then the data will be submitted as a dossier to the regulatory body, and they give approval for marketing. For all those steps, GCP is used. So GCP is a scientific and quality standard governing all the steps of the clinical trial and the drug development process as well. So most of all, GCP is its main responsibility is to the subject, the trial subject. It is supposed to protect the rights, well-being, and confidentiality. Rights, well-being, integrity, and confidentiality of the trial subject. So that's a beautiful picture. Just imagine those hands are like, one from the study doctor, one from the sponsor, one from the ethics committee, one from the regulatory agency, and then we also have these protective hands around the trial subject. We are supposed to protect the rights, well-being, confidentiality, and integrity of the trial subject. So this is the very important thing. Now you have to print your own copy of ICH-GCP. See, I have printed my copy, and I have written my name, Dulesh Pires, Clinical Research Associate, in the ICH-GCP book. I pray you, my friend, I pray for you and pray to you and request you. It's my heartfelt request. Please do it for me. Please print a copy and keep it close to you and write your name. Say blank, 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 clinical research associate. And after you get your job, I can tell you, I told you so. Okay. So if you don't print it, I'm going to be very upset, and I don't know what I'm going to do, right? I'm going to keep telling you to print it throughout this lecture. Okay. So anyway, print it. So if you go to the table of contents, there's glossary. Obviously, this industry, we use a lot of abbreviations, so we need a glossary. And then the principles of ICH-GCP. There are 13 principles. We'll be going through it in depth. And then institutional review board or ethics committee. Then investigator, sponsor, clinical trial protocol, investigator brochure, and and other essential documents. So we will go through each of these steps in detail in the next lectures. But for now, try to understand why ICH-GCP was formed, what are the reasons, and most of all, print a copy now. I say now. Okay. So see you for now, and ciao.